let's go ahead and jump right into this video, and I'll tell you if this case, and it won't be shooken up from the drop. Next up is the exoskeleton of the back of the case. This is what is going to attach to the back of the ballistic so that it keeps your phone case in place. Next up is the front of the phone, which is actually very interesting because it does feature a 5 screen. This is actually what is used on a lot of different Android smartphones, so it's very high quality and it feels really nice when you're using it. Next up we have these screws. It's an extra one so that in case you lose one, you'll have a backup. Next up, we have these screwdrivers that will screw this phone into place. I actually include one that has the Lunatik branding on there and then a generic one. Okay, the last two things you're going to get in the packaging is a microfiber cloth that will be used to clean the screen protector before you install the phone, as well as clean your iPhone screen before you install the phone. And then finally, the last thing you're going to get is a little attachment that you're going to need to attach to the case, and this will actually block dust from getting in your phone because it's going to cover up the headphone jack input, so when you're not using your headphones, you can just lock this into place and it will block out any dust that might get into your phone. Okay, so now that you've seen what comes in the packaging, let's take a look at how you actually install this case on your phone, because I know some of you might be interested in that, with the screws and everything. You might be curious how to actually install it. It's pretty simple. All you're gonna have to do, make sure that your phone and the screen on the actual case are clean, so wipe those down with the microfiber cloth, and then what you're gonna do is drop the phone into the ballistic bezel, then put the back piece in place, then put the front piece in place, but don't forget the red piece that's going to cover up your headphone jack. And then basically what you do is screw it in. So it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. You can find this on the instruction manual if you have any trouble. But just make sure to put in that red piece. If you forget that, you're going to have to unscrew the case again and put it in. So just remember that when you do this. Okay, so now that you've seen how to actually install the case, it's not going to affect your photos, so you don't have to worry about that. Reveal your lightning bolt connector. This can just be locked into place, and once it's locked in, it's not going to come open easily, and it actually snaps into place, so it's pretty much sealed up. And then also to the left of that, you're actually going to get your headphone jack cover, which, like I said, you need to have on this case for sure. But it's really nice because it covers up the dust from getting into your headphone jack, and it actually snaps into place, so it's not going to just be flopping around. You'll actually have to pry this open with your fingers. Now moving to the sides, you can see that, like I said, it does have the ballistic bezel all the way around, so if you drop your phone case on the ground, it's not going to matter because the ballistic will absorb the shock and it won't damage your phone, it won't shake it up or anything like that. So this case does a very, very good job, probably better than any other case I've ever seen on the market, at protecting your phone. Now on the left side of the phone case, you can see that it does feature our volume rockers. They do have little indents in the case so that you can press down and it will, change the volume. It does go all the way over your phone, so you won't actually be touching the physical buttons on your iPhone. What's actually interesting about this is your sleep and awake button is no longer existent. What they replace it with is a little button that you can press in and out, and it acts as the sleep and awake button. It pretty much does the same thing, except it's a black button, so there's no cutout right there for your actual phone. And it's not like the life-proof case in the fact that you're gonna have to actually insert your phone case in and the sleep and awake button sticking in the case. No, this just has a separate button that will function for the sleep and awake. Looking at the top, you can see that we have a little indent for our sleep and awake button, but that's pretty much it for the top. It continues the trend of having the ballistic bezel all the way around. So besides the indent for the power button, you're not going to really get anything on the top. And finally, taking a look at the front of the case, you can see that we do have our Gorilla Glass screen protector. Like I said, it looks really nice. It feels very nice when you touch it and you messing up your camera or getting into the actual speaker that you use to take phone calls with. So that's really nice that it covers that up. Alright guys, so now that you've seen everything about this case, I'll give you my honest insight and opinion on this case. And from my experiences from using this case for the past 2 weeks as my primary case and only case, I can tell you that this is the best phone case I've ever owned. It is my favorite case, and I will continue to use this till I stop using the iPhone 5.